Hey there, today is going to be another One Brand Wash Day. This time I'm going to be featuring Flora and Curl. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. I'm a licensed hairstylist with over 20 years of experience, and on this channel I use those 20 years of experience to help you have healthy, happy hair. So I picked up this mini essentials kit, so everything is travel size, and I got a cream shampoo, a cream conditioner, curl activating lotion, and curl defining gel, and then also a hair mist. And the hair mist is supposed to be a refreshing or reactivating mist. So I'll probably use that on day 3 and try that out and see how well that works. However, there was no leave-in, so I did already shampoo and condition my hair. And one thing that I'll say is if you don't like floral scents, you probably won't like these. These are very heavily floral scented. The shampoo and conditioner was anyway, and I believe that the rest of the stuff is as well. I haven't tried it yet, but I believe they're all very, very floral scented. So if that's something that you don't like or are sensitive to, you're probably not gonna like these. So as far as the shampoo goes, it had little to no lather. I did a double cleanse like I normally do. I feel like it got my scalp clean, which is good. I have an oily scalp, so it's always a good thing when it's able to get that off of there. And my hair does feel like it's gotten pretty clean. As far as the conditioner goes, I can't say this is the most conditioned my hair has ever felt. And since the kit didn't come with a leave-in conditioner, I'm not too happy about that situation. I really would have liked the conditioner to be a little bit more conditioning than what it was. But overall, I mean, my hair doesn't feel terrible. I just really would have liked to have felt like I have a little bit moisture in my hair. So I've already got my hair sectioned off. I usually do ear to ear, and then I do the middle section and then the top. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started by applying the curl cream. And it takes a little while for the pump to get that out of here. And it's kind of, not much comes out at one time with this pump, so you have to kind of pump it a lot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and emulsify this and then apply it to my hair. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and brush to distribute it. And thankfully this definitely has some slip and feels like it gave my hair some moisture that it was definitely lacking after the shampoo and conditioner. And this smells very heavily of roses. So if you're not a fan of rose scents, you're definitely not going to like this. It smells very much like rose. I don't mind it, but I'm kind of hoping that it's going to tone down a little bit, because if it stays this strong, I might not be able to get to day 3. Like I normally do with my reviews. I try to show days 2 and day 3 without any refreshing so that you can see how well everything holds up. But if this rose scented fragrance doesn't kind of settle down or disappear or whatever, I might have to wash it off before I even get there, because it's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. So I'm kind of hoping that, and I normally like rose scented things, but I think this is just it's a little much. It doesn't smell bad, but it's pretty heavily fragranced. I'm gonna go ahead and finish applying this and brush styling my hair the way I just showed you, and I'll be back when it's time to put in the gel. And here is all of the curl cream in, and as you can see, I've got some nicely defined and clumped curls, and so far the fragrance hasn't caused a migraine or hasn't tried to kill me yet. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the gel. And it takes a while for these to come out. And now this gel is, as you can see, it's not really runny, but it's not super thick either. And this is a very strong jasmine. Nope, it's a very strong hibiscus, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, sweet hibiscus curl defining gel. Either way, it's pretty strong. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this gel in like I normally do, where I go over the top and I scrunch it in, and same again on the other side. Glaze over and scrunch in. Step back so you can see what I'm doing. And now I'm gonna flip upside down and do the same thing where I glaze it in over the top and then scrunch it in. And then I'm gonna diffuse, and I will be back after I get done diffusing and show you my results. Here's what we're looking like with dry hair, and I'll give you kind of a close up. So as you can see, minimal frizz before scrunching out the crunch, and there is a little bit of a cast here and there, not everywhere, but it's a lightweight cast. It's gonna be easy to scrunch out, and like I said, it's not everywhere. So I'm just gonna use my Verb Ghost Oil because it didn't come with any oil, so I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to smooth it over and then start scrunching. And here is the final result. This is scrunched and fluffed, and I'll give you a closer look. And there's only just a tiny bit more frizz after scrunching and fluffing. And I've got some really nice defined, shiny curls, and they feel really good. Like my hair, I'm liking the way my hair feels now after the other two products were put in, the curl cream and the gel, than what I did after the shampoo and conditioner. So as we sit right now, the shampoo and conditioner didn't really impress me a whole lot. The curl cream and the gel seem to have given me some really nice defined curls, and my hair doesn't feel weighed down or anything like that. I don't have a ton of volume, so I would have liked it if I could have gotten a little bit more volume. I feel like I don't really have a whole lot, but that's not necessarily a deal breaker. I can deal with that, but yeah, the definition is looking pretty good, and we'll have to see how the hold goes because this feels like I really don't have anything in my hair right now. It just feels like really nice, soft, healthy hair. So I don't know how well it's gonna hold up, what kind of hold level this has. And then as far as the fragrance, I can still smell it. It still hasn't caused any issues yet, but we'll see. So I'm kind of hoping that the fragrance dissipates a little bit just because it's a bit much. And honestly, I would much rather not be smelling all of this right now. So even if I wind up really liking the results of this, this may not be something that I use ever again because the fragrance might just be a little bit more than I can handle. But as far as what I am looking at and what I am feeling, like it looks really good. And, you know, I just don't have the volume that I'd like to see, but it's not too bad. It could also be because my hair is getting really long right now too. Anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this off for today. I'll be back tomorrow to check in with you and show you what we have tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to day 2, and I'll give you a close-up so you can see what my frizz is looking like, which actually the frizz isn't looking too bad. What's looking pretty bad is, well, especially on this side, like I've got, I don't know what's going on over here, but this side is pretty much demolished. It's not looking good. Like, yeah, I do still have some curls that are intact, but I also have these really weird pieces, and I don't know, whatever is going on over here. So I do have some really stretched out wonky curls going on. This side definitely looks a little bit better, but I mean, there's still some wonky curls and stuff over here. This just does not have a whole lot of hold, which is something I was saying yesterday, is that it just didn't feel like it had a ton of hold. And I'm definitely seeing that, and I'm kind of feeling that. So yeah, this is not something that has much hold, but as per usual, all I've done is taken it out of the bonnet, and I haven't shook it up or anything like that. So let's go ahead and give it a shake. And shaking it up definitely helped a little bit. However, I mean, obviously this is something I'm gonna have to literally be doing all day because my hair just doesn't look good when it settles down. So I'm not really hopeful for day 3 based on what I'm seeing with day 2. Like I said, the frizz is great and my hair feels amazing. It is really, really soft. And there's just not enough hold here, I feel like, especially on this one side. It's really strange. So I don't know, but I will hold off complete and total judgment until day 3, and then I will show you the results on day 3. I will go through each one of the products and give you my thoughts, talk about maybe some potentially problematic ingredients, and just wrap up my review for tomorrow. But as for today, I don't really have too much more to say about this, so I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so let's take a look at day 3 hair, and I'll give you a close-up. And the frizz actually isn't too bad for day 3. And then as far as the curls go, I do still have some curls here. They're not looking that great. I do have like these really straightened out pieces and some really funky pieces here and there. And I have not done anything with my hair. I just took it out of the bonnet, let it settle. So I'll just go ahead and give it a quick shake. So that helped to perk it up a little bit, but overall I'm just kind of underwhelmed with these products in general. And I do have one more product to try, and that's the Flora and Curl Hydrate Me Hair Mist. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spray it in my hand first to see what we're working with. And it's just really watery and runny. And it definitely smells very heavily of jasmine. This is for sure jasmine. I think I called another one jasmine incorrectly, and this one is definitely jasmine. So, and it's another strong one. Now the other products, as far as the fragrance goes, they kind of calmed down. They weren't as strong after diffusing it, and then they weren't that bad yesterday or even today, but they are really strong when you first go to use them. So, and I know that, I mean, this is a spray and you can probably spray it on, but I tend to not like to spray things on. This one doesn't feel like it has any sort of stickiness, which is great. And it does seem to be helping with some of the frizz that I've got going on. But I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth and kind of scrunch. Yeah, there's no stickiness to this, so that's kind of nice. I just prefer to use my hands, to spray things into my hands and then put it on my hair. I feel like I have better control over everything that way as opposed to just spraying it in there. So that's just something that I prefer. Hairspray is definitely different, although I have sprayed hairspray onto a brush and brushed it through clients' hair. I've sprayed it into my hands and used it to smooth or whatever when doing updos. So it can go either way. And then I'm just gonna let this dry while I'm talking to you about each one of the products and what my thoughts are, so that you can kind of watch it as it dries and see what we end up with. Okay, so we're gonna start with the shampoo, and I have my iPad here that I'm referring to so that I don't forget anything, but it looks like glycerin is the the fifth ingredient in the cleansing cream or the shampoo. And there's no protein and there's no coconut oil. So if you have issues with high amounts of protein, or if your hair hates coconut oil, this is not going to be an issue here, just the glycerin. But I wasn't, like I've mentioned before, I really wasn't impressed with the shampoo. Like, it did a great job of cleansing the oil out of my scalp, and my hair felt kind of clean afterwards. But overall, it's just not, it's not a shampoo that I am going to be adding into my rotation. I tend to stick with shampoos that I've been using for a really long time, and it just wasn't anything that really impressed me overall. And I can see this being a cleanser, like a gentle cleanser. If you like gentle cleansers that are low or no lather cleansers, this might be something you might want to try. But for me, this is just kind of a product that I'm not really probably going to ever use it again. So, or I might just use it just to use it up, but it's not really going to become a part of my collection or anything. And especially because of the fragrance, which is really strong right off the bat, I think that's another reason why I probably won't, you know, the shampoo isn't good enough for me to get past that to be still using it. So I'm probably not going to keep using the shampoo. And then as far as the conditioner goes, let's take a look at the ingredients here. So glycerin is the second ingredient, and then coconut oil is the third ingredient. And ordinarily my hair really likes coconut oil, and I mean, it still does, but I did not like this conditioner. I really don't feel like my hair felt really conditioned or moisturized after using it. And I can see this conditioner being a problem for somebody who has a lot drier hair or more damaged hair. My hair overall is pretty healthy and it just didn't feel that great after using this. I really would have loved to have felt some more moisture in my hair. And then there was no leave-in conditioner on top of that. So that kind of left me really wanting some moisture in there. But thankfully, the curl cream did deliver on that front. And I suppose I could have probably put this refreshing spray on as a leave-in because it's supposed to be very moisturizing. So I could have done that, but I didn't because I just wanted to try things as they were. Just overall, the shampoo and conditioner really underwhelmed me, and then the lack of leave-in with this kit. I think they probably do have leave-ins, maybe, I don't know, I'll have to look further, and I'll put it on the bottom here if they do have other leave-ins that are not part of this kit. But as for part of this kit, the not having a leave-in was something that I wasn't too happy with. I really felt like I needed moisture after the conditioner and before putting in the curl cream. Okay, so now the curl cream. This is probably the product I liked the most out of all of them. This one does have coconut oil as the fourth ingredient, and then there is some protein in here. So that's probably why my hair liked it and why it responded well to it. And I feel like that had a large part in the minimal amount of frizz that I had on days 1 and days 2. But as far as like day 3, I mean, it's definitely better now that I put the spray on top of it, but I had a lot more frizz on day 3. But it did really help with the frizz for wash day and day 2. So I liked it for that. However, even though I like this and I like that it's got protein in it and I like that it has coconut oil in it, I don't think I like it enough to, again, move past that fragrance. It did dissipate, it didn't stick around, and it didn't overwhelm me, it didn't cause a migraine, but it is a lot when you're first putting on. It is pretty strong. And even though I like rose scents, it was just a little too much for me. So I'm not sure that I will be using that again. Maybe I'll try it later on. Maybe I was just more sensitive to fragrance while trying these. I don't know. So I might give that one another try because I did like what it did for my hair. I just wasn't a fan of how overpowering the fragrance was right away. Okay, so now the gel. The gel has glycerin as its second ingredient, and there is some protein in here. There doesn't look to be any coconut oil in here unless I somehow managed to miss it, but I don't see any of that. However, this gel I felt like just didn't have a lot of hold. Like my hair looked really good on day 1, but I feel like day 2 really let me down, that I just had too many straightened out and smashed curls, and day 3 looked surprisingly not much worse than day 2. And my day 3 hair didn't look that bad, but I kind of want my day 2 hair to look a lot better than what it did. So I'm not a fan of the gel. I just don't feel like it has enough hold for me. However, if you're somebody who likes really lightweight, light hold gels, this might be something that you might want to try. But for me, it just didn't really cut it. And, you know, I could see it possibly working for somebody who has fine hair because, like I said, it is really lightweight. My hair doesn't feel weighed down. The only thing is that none of these products really gave me any sort of volume either. So if your hair is very easily weighed down, this may not be for you, just because it was, even though it felt light weight to a certain extent, it wasn't light enough to also create volume. All right, so now to talk about the spray, which was the thing that I just put in my hair. So that one has glycerin listed as the 5th ingredient. So all of these products pretty much have glycerin, and they seem to have a decent amount of glycerin. So for those of you who can't really use glycerin or have issues with it due to the weather or whatever, this might not be a good thing for you to try. However, this oil doesn't appear to have any sort of coconut oil in there. So if your hair hates coconut oil, it might like this. And it didn't have anything that made it sticky. It still doesn't feel sticky, and it's pretty much dry now. And as you can see, it really did help with the frizz, and it kind of helped perk up some of those curls that were kind of stretched out and straightened out. It perked those up a little bit more. So if you're somebody who likes to refresh or you don't have any issues refreshing, then this might be something that might actually work for you if you like a lighter hold gel and then you don't mind refreshing to make your hair look better on day 2 or day 3. However, that's not how I like to do things. I really don't like refreshing. Instead, I would much rather spend more time and effort on my wash day and then having products that can get me to day 3 without having to refresh, rather than having to spend time refreshing my hair every day or every other day. It's not my favorite thing to do. And like I said, I'd much rather just put the effort in up front and then have a couple of days where I just can shake my hair out and go. And I do have products that can do that for me. So that's why I set the bar there. I kind of expect things to be able to do that for me. And if they can't, it's generally not going to become one of my favorite gels or anything like that. As far as the refreshing spray goes, I actually think this is one of the better ones because it isn't sticky. One of the things I can't stand about refreshing sprays is when they're sticky, because then you put it on your hands, or if you're scrunching it into your hair or you're trying to smooth your hair, that stickiness causes the hair to get stuck to your hands and you actually create more frizz than what you fix. And I don't know, I just don't understand the point of making a refreshing spray sticky. If you're gonna do a refreshing spray, absolutely do it like this. Or one of the other things that I like to use for refreshing sprays are leave-in conditioners that are in spray bottles. That works really well for refreshing as well, because you're getting moisture back into your hair and it helps to activate the products that you have in your hair versus trying to add more hold by putting stuff in there, and that's the stuff that makes it sticky that I don't really like. So now, as far as what my hair is looking like after I refresh, as you can see, way less frizz, which is great. However, I'm still not overall impressed with my hair because it doesn't have a whole lot of volume, and yeah, the curls perked up. So actually the refreshing mist might be something that I use going forward out of all of these things. However, that's provided that the overpowering smell of jasmine kind of dies down and doesn't overwhelm me. Right now, I can actually taste it, and I'm not a fan of that. We'll have to see. I might try it going forward or whatever. Right now, I have the doors shut so that you can't hear the air conditioner or my cat or my son. So maybe that's the reason why I can taste it, is because I'm in an enclosed space, a small space, but that I might play around with going forward. As far as the brand overall, and out of all of the products that I tried, I can't really say that anything stood out to me as something that I absolutely loved. And I don't think they're really bad products per se. I just think they're really underwhelming. And I'm sure that there are hair types out there that'll do quite well with these. It just doesn't work very well with mine. It might work well for some of these products, like I said, with finer hair, but it didn't give a whole lot of volume either. So overall, I'm just really underwhelmed with these products in general. Maybe the mist might be a thing going forward, I don't really know, but I'll have to play around with that and see. So as far as all the rest of these products go, I don't know that this is something that I would confidently recommend to anyone. Like, normally when something doesn't work for me, I usually have a pretty good idea in my head of, you know, they're still really good quality and I can recommend them to hair types other than my own, but I'm not entirely sure that I can confidently do that with these products. They're not horrible products, but they're just, to me, kind of underwhelming, and I'm not really sure what else to say about that. So this is gonna wrap up my review on these products. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more content like this, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're at it so you know when I upload. And if you have any questions, any comments, or if there's anything that you'd like to see, please go ahead and leave those down below in my comment section. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye.